Hi there. This is a set of videos that I put together just for you. I look forward to reading your comments and receiving your suggestions on how to make these videos more enjoyable or ideas for specific content that you might have. Thanks for watching. Today, Porsches include a 356, 4 Boxsters, 4 911s, a Cayman, and 2 Ferraris, a 328 and a 360. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include an Arctic Silver over Black modified 1998 Boxster with 141,000 miles that sold for $8,400. Lots of miles, but a fair purchase. Condition or modifications be damned. A U.S. model Atlas Gray 2006 Cayman S with 77,000 kilometers located in Canada sold for $25,987. A fair price on this attractive car, Atlas Gray, An Arctic Silver 1999 911 Coupe, also with 77,000 miles, sold for $29,750. Just your average near supercar, or as Car and Driver noted after 40,000 miles, just your average 170 mile per hour daily driver. This was a fair sale, and I'll rant more about 996s in today's short video. A Guards Red over Black 1999 911 Cabriolet with 51,000 miles sold for $33,000. This 996 pushed past fair to well sold. An Orange over Black 2008 Boxster Limited Edition with 37,000 miles sold for $33,000. These limited editions sold in both base and S versions. This car pulled past the previous S in price. This was well sold. An Agate Gray over Gray 38,000 mile 2014 Boxster sold for $37,500. So this 981 sold for a few thousand more than the limited edition. This was fair, and it's an example of the value that a 981 can represent. For Ferrari, a triple narrow 1989 328 GTS with 27,000 miles sold for $99,500. Right in line with the expected sale price, $100,000, this was a fair sale. A Grigio alloy single-family owned 1999 360 Modena with 15,000 miles sold for $136,000. A better than fair price on a low-mile, clean, attractive, non-red car. This was well purchased. On Cars and Bids, a launch edition colored Arctic Silver over Boxster Red 1998 Porsche Boxster with 130,000 miles sold for $10,300. Sold with the hardtop, this was well purchased. On P-Car Market, a red over cork 25 years owned 1977 911S Targa with 62,000 miles sold for $39,500. This Targa needs some love, but the sale price does seem fair. A triple black 55,000 mile 1995 911 Cabriolet with 54,000 miles sold for $55,993. Another good entry point for a 993, this was a fair sale price. One car on Bring a Trailer was bid with its reserve not met today, September 1st. A Rosso Corsa Euro 1995 Ferrari F355 Berlinetta with 43,000 kilometers located in Canada was bid to $131,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, 3 911s and a 914 for Porsches, a pair of 308s for Ferrari. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include a Scarlet Red 1975 914 2.0 that sold for $17,750. If you're seeking a teen, this was a decent, sorted driver and a fair sale. A Cobalt Blue 1992 911 Coupe with 94,000 miles sold for $103,000. Acquired here 3 years ago for $62,000. Well done. This was a fair sale today and a real looker, and it would improve with the included stock wheels. Yummy. I'll show more and talk about this 964 in today's short video. A British racing greenish 2021 911S coupe with 4,000 miles sold for $145,000. A car that seemingly lacked simple care and sale prep and lacked seller involvement. The sale price is lower than one might expect from a 992 with this mileage, but there is some potentially expensive paint work to be done. Shame. For Ferrari, a red over tan 1983 308 GTS Quadrifoglio project car with 65,000 miles sold for $30,750. This is a project. Both the engine and the transaxle are in hundreds of pieces with nearly every fastener removed, as well as having a shot interior. Perhaps I'm a pessimist. This seems well sold. A yellow over beige 1978 308 GTS with 61,000 miles sold for $68,500. A very nice looking driver with a few cosmetic needs. This was well purchased. A narrow over eye-watering red Euro 1986 328 GTS with 44,000 miles sold for $118,000. Acquired here last year for $125,000, this was a fair sale. On P-Car Market, a lapis blue 2001 Porsche 911 C4 coupe with 98,000 miles sold for $24,000. Yow. A Betty, this seems like a sale on the low side of fair. One car on Bring a Trailer was bid with its reserve not met today, September 2nd. A Guards red over champagne 1988 Porsche 911 Targa with 86,000 miles was bid to $57,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include a 356, a 944, a 928, three 911s, and Ferraris 328 and 512 BBI. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include a Grand Prix White L98 powered 1979 928 with 131,000 miles that sold for $10,611. Fitted with a 5.7-liter Chevrolet engine producing less horsepower but greater torque than the stock engine, this was likely a fair sale. A Zermatt Silver 1988 944S with 51,000 miles sold for $24,250. A bit high for this car, this was well sold. A Seal Gray over Black original owner 2004 911 Turbo Cabriolet with 71,000 miles sold for $46,496. Presented with grossly overexposed photos, this was a slight bargain. A beautiful slate gray over gray 19,000 mile 2004 911 C4S Cabriolet X51 sold for $49,000. Acquired here 2 years ago for $60,000, today's sale was, even more so than the previous 996, a bargain. A Condor Yellow 1960 356B Super 90 Coupe sold for $64,000. Probably a decent driver, this was a fair sale. A Diamond Blue 1988 911 Coupe Commemorative Edition with 24,000 miles presented by a great seller sold for $140,000. One of 875 produced, this was a top-of-market sale on a nice car. For Ferrari, a Rosso Corsa over beige 62,000 mile 1994 348 Spider sold for $79,500. Higher miles than most, higher price than similar cars, this was well sold. A Rosso Corsa and Nero 1984 512 BBI with 21,000 kilometers sold for $310,000. A spectacular car, this was well sold. Two cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, September 3rd. A black 1995 Porsche 911 Coupe with 22,000 miles was bid to $83,000. A GT Silver over black 6,000 mile 2017 911 Targa 4S was bid to $127,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include 6 911s, a 944 Turbo, and a Ferrari 308. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include a Glacier White over Savannah Beige 1999 911 Cabriolet with 148,000 miles that sold for $16,250. High miles, foggy eyes, worn, flaky top operation, saggy, seamly Savannah E interior. There are some opportunities, but this is a 911. This was a fair sale. A triple black 1995 968 Cabriolet with 102,000 miles sold for $17,750. Listed here and bid to $16,000 2 years ago, this was a fair sale. A Kalahari Beige 1986 944 Turbo with 73,000 miles sold for $29,500. A decent car sold at just beyond fair. A garnet red over black, one family-owned 1986 911 Targa with 54,000 miles sold for $58,500. Overall, a fair sale price. I'll compare these last two 1986 Porsches in today's short video. A Guards Red, modified 1982 911 SC Coupe with 233,000 miles sold for $62,000. Lots of mods here, inside and mechanically. This was likely a fair purchase. A GT Silver 50,000 mile 2007 911 Turbo Coupe sold for $87,997. Acquired here last May for $93,500. Not a bad price. This was even better. A Guards Red over Champagne 21 years owned 1988 911 Turbo Cabriolet with 76,000 miles sold for $140,000. A quality car, well sold today. For Ferrari, a triple Nero 1978 308 GTS with 43,000 miles sold for $80,888. Unsold here in 2017 when bid to $49,999, this was a fair sale. On P-Car Market, an Arctic Silver 2000 Porsche 911 Coupe with 114,000 miles sold for $16,500. Not a perfect car, but $16,500. This was on the low side of fair. 4 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, September 4th. A Malaga Red over Beige, one family owned 1976 Porsche 914 2.0 was bid to $13,251. A Guards Red over Black 2007 Boxster S with 63,000 miles was bid to $20,781. A yellow 25 years owned 1964 356C Coupe was bid to $80,000. A Signal red-ish 48 years owned 1965 356C Cabriolet was bid to $98,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include a 356, a 912, a Boxster, and 6 911s, plus a Ferrari 575M. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include a Lapis Blue over Gray 34,000 mile 2001 Boxster S that sold for $22,900. A very nice Boxster. This sold at a very fair price. A light ivory 1965 912 Coupe presented by a great seller sold for $56,000. Sold here 4 years ago for $42,250. This was likely a fair sale. A Carrera White 25,000 mile 2007 911 Coupe sold for $50,800. A decent car overall, this is in line with other recent 997 sales. A slate gray 2002 911 Turbo Coupe with 47,000 miles sold for $68,500. A great color and average miles, but at a high sale price. This was well sold. A Grand Prix white over black 32 years owned 1990 911 Targa sold for $90,000. Targa 964s are not common animals. This was a fair sale price. A Polar Silver Rest of World 1996 911 Turbo with 129,000 kilometers sold for $155,000. Not a bad price for one of the most coveted 993s and turbos. This was a fair sale. A gray, modified GT-style 1956 356A sunroof coupe sold for $175,000. Fitted with a 2.4-liter engine and a mild tune, 174 horsepower, I'm sure this is quick. This was likely a fair sale. For Ferrari, a Grigio Titanio 19,000-mile 2003 575M Maranello sold for $400,000. A big sale price. This very clean example was well sold. I'll show more and talk about this 575 in today's short video. On PCAR Market, a Grand Prix White 1995 911 with 69,000 miles sold for $80,000. A better than average car, this sold at a fair price. A Meteor Gray, one owner, 25,000 mile 2008 911 Turbo Coupe sold for $115,000. A sale price higher than most 997s, the one-owner status and low mileage pushed up the price. A Python Green 2022 911 GTS Coupe with 425 miles sold for $160,250. The sticker on this was $167,000. This was a fair sale. Two cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, September 5th. A Guards Red 6,000 mile 1986 Porsche 944 Turbo was bid to $44,999. A black 1997 911S Coupe with 61,000 miles was bid to $110,500. On Cars and Bids, an orange 2008 Boxster S limited edition with 19,300 miles was bid to $31,000. A 2003 911 with 146,000 miles was bid to $20,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, a dozen 911s, a 928, a pair of Boxsters, and a Cayman, plus Ferraris 360 and 550, and a Dino. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include a Guards Red over Black 43,000 mile 1999 Boxster presented by a great seller that sold for $14,750. A clean, well-presented car, this was a bit of a bargain. An Arctic Silver over Blue 2001 Boxster S with 71,000 miles sold for $15,000. A well-purchased car, this 986 has about $11,000 in receipts the past couple of years. A black 1985 928S with 187,000 miles sold for $21,250. What can I say? Can red. Ugh. A repainted blue 2.2-liter powered 1969 911E coupe slant nose conversion sold for $23,000. Originally tangerine, even with the fiberglass slant components, this was a fair sale. A Carrera White 43,000 mile 2011 Cayman sold for $33,987. A nice car, this was on the high side of fair. A Guards Red 1999 911 Coupe with 53,000 miles sold for $38,500. A big price for a 996, almost without regard to mileage. This was well sold. A Meridian 2004 911 C4S Coupe with 61,000 miles sold for $42,500. This was a fair sale price on a capable performer. A Carrera White over Sand Beige, one owner 2007 911 C4S Cabriolet with 29,000 miles sold for $55,500. A clean and well-presented 997, this was in line with recent sales. A white 1972 911T Coupe sold for $58,500. A sale that went beyond fair. There's much to do here to make the car right. Well sold. A Gemini Blue 1974 911S Coupe sold for $113,000. A great looking car, except for the dead tree steering wheel. This sounds like a tractor. This was at the high end of fair. An Arctic Silver 27,000 mile 2004 911 GT3 sold for $127,000. This great car was a fair sale, and there's value in this purchase. A black 1996 911 C4S with 24,000 miles sold for $138,000. Equipped with the Aero Kit, this was a fair sale. A black 1992 911 Carrera RS with 43,000 kilometers, located in Belgium, sold for $190,964. Look at those seats. Some questions swirled around regarding this car's history, and the price reflects this potential uncertainty. This was, potentially, well purchased. For Ferrari, a Rosso Corsa over beige 10,000 mile 2003 360 Spider sold for $169,000. A low mile clean example, this was well sold. A Rosso Corsa original owner 1999 550 Maranello with 33,000 miles sold for $182,000. Ugh. The interior didn't help the sale price of this car. It sold a bit light, on the low side of the fair zone. A repainted black 1971 Dino 246 GT sold for $356,000. Originally finished in Verde Germolio, then black, then red, before being repainted black, this was well purchased, as long as one can stomach the color changes. On Cars and Bids, a Guards Red over Savannah Beige 1999 911 cab with 68,000 miles sold for $23,750. Yikes. Not what I would consider a satisfying interior. This was well purchased. A black 2009 a black 2009 Cayenne GTS with 116,000 miles sold for $27,957. A little high, this was well sold. On P-Car Market, a red, modified 1972 911T Coupe 3.2 liter sold for $48,750. With a 40-year owner and $130,000 in receipts over the term of the ownership, this was well purchased. 3 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, September 6th. A yellow 1973 Porsche 914 was bid to $10,900. A Guards Red 1989 911 C4 Coupe with 59,000 miles was bid to $83,964. A black 2001 Euro 911 GT2 Club Sport with 7,000 miles, one of 70, was bid to $200,000. Wow. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include a 912, 5 911s, a pair of 944s, and a pair of Cayman, and a Boxster, while Italians include Ferrari's 308 and 355 plus a Dino 308 GT4. Hi there. Porsche sold on Bring a Trailer include a yellow 1989 944 track car that sold for $10,300. A well-sorted car, this was a fair sale. A seal gray over black 2004 Boxster with 84,000 miles sold for $13,750. A bargain, this was well purchased. A Meridian 2001 911 C4 Coupe with 63,000 miles sold for $26,500. Despite the sad sea of gray, this was a fair sale. A Guards Red 35,000 mile 2007 Cayman S sold for $30,750. A little high here. Well sold. A red 1965 912 Coupe sold for $50,912. $50,912. An interesting car. This seems like a fair sale. A Prussian Blue 1986 911 Coupe with 115,000 miles sold for $67,000. Sold here 5 years ago for $40,000. I love this car and I'm envious of the new owner. This was a fair sale. A silver 1969 911S Coupe sold for $90,000. Sold here last year for $73,000. Nice. Like that sale, today this sale was well purchased. A black 30,000 mile 2007 911 Turbo Coupe sold for $100,000. A great looking 997, this sale was spot on, right on the bargain and fair line. A black modified Rest of World 1981 911 Turbo with 107,000 miles presented by a great seller sold for $132,000. The mods here are tasteful and functional and the sale price was fair. A Geyser Gray 17,000 mile 2014 911 50th Anniversary Edition sold for $144,200. Stickered at $139,000, this was well sold. I'll show more and talk about this 991 in today's short video. On the Italian side, a primered 1975 Dino 308 GT4 non-running project car sold for $9,067. A car with just a bit of work to be done. This may have been well sold at this price. A Rosso Chiaro Euro 1977 308 GTB with 61,000 kilometers sold for $85,000. Despite the miles, this was well purchased. An Argento Nürburgring over blue 14,000 mile 1999 F355 Spider sold for $133,000. An extremely clean car, this was on the far side of fair. On Cars and Bids, a black modified 2018 Cayman GTS with 27,000 miles sold for $63,718. Highly carbonized, among other mods, this was probably a fair sale, well suited to those who appreciate the mods. On PCAR Market, a satin black, one owner, 36,000 mile 1988 944 sold for $22,000. Clean and well presented, this was a fair sale. One car on Bring a Trailer was bid with its reserve not met today, September 7th. A Polar Silver over Gray 1995 Porsche 911 Cabriolet with 58,000 miles was bid to $58,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, all Porsches, 6 911s, a pair of Boxsters, and a Cayman. Hi there. Porsche sold on Bring a Trailer include an Arctic Silver over Black 1997 Boxster with 74,000 miles that sold for $8,100. A big bargain. This was well purchased. A white 13,000 mile 2019 911 GTS Coupe sold for $116,000. Sticker here was $121,000. Exactly what this sold for with the fees. well sold. A silver, modified 3.8-liter powered 1969 911T coupe sold for $140,000. Lots of mods here, too many for me. This was well sold. A slate gray 2022 911 GT3 Touring with 97 miles sold for $299,000. Sticker here was $264,000. This was well sold. On Cars and Bids, a Guards Red Over Black 2001 Boxster S with 60,000 miles sold for $15,750. If seeking an original 986, this was it, and it sold at a bargain price. A Carrera White 2007 Cayman S with 37,000 miles sold for $29,900. Just a tad high here. This was well sold. On P-Car Market, a Grand Prix White over Blue 1988 911 Cabriolet with 108,000 miles sold for $47,000. I owned a similar white over blue cab, but mine was an SC. With the miles, this was likely a fair sale price. A Bahia Red 1971 911E Targa sold for $80,000. A car not in my range of taste, this was a fair sale. A black 3,000-mile 2018 911 GT3 Touring sold for $225,000. Sticker here, $181,000. This was well sold. 5 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, September 8th. A black 2006 Cayman S with 87,000 miles was bid to $17,500. An Arctic Silver over Gray 2000 911 Cabriolet with 60,000 miles was bid to $18,500. A Midnight Blue over Sand Beige 29,000 mile 2007 Boxster was bid to $20,237. A Grand Prix White 1992 911 Carrera RS Club Sport with 74,000 kilometers, one of 290, was bid to $127,000. A black 2018 911 GT3 with 14,000 miles was bid to $163,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include 11 911s, a 356, a 924, a 944, and a 928. Hi there. Porsche sold on Bring a Trailer include a Guards Red Over Black 29,000-mile 1990 944 S2 Cabriolet that sold for $18,000. A clean car in need of servicing but still at a fair price. A Seal Gray 2003 911 Coupe with 97,000 miles sold for $25,000. A sea of gray inside, but if one can survive the rough seas, a fair price. A Signal Orange over Black 1973 914 2.0 with 99,000 miles, sold for $33,000. This seems like a quality car. It's a high price, but it sold to the right person. An Arctic Silver over Black 19,000-mile 2006 911 C4 Cabriolet sold for $51,000. To me, this is a high price, even considering the low miles. The market, though, says it's fair. A Midnight Blue 2003 911 Turbo Coupe with 65,000 miles sold for $52,996. A solid value, this was a fair sale price. A Guards Red 1990 928 GT with 62,000 miles sold for $56,000. GTs are sought after by those seeking late model 928s, and this was a nice one, and it was a fair sale. A Carrera White 20,000-mile 2010 911 C4S Coupe sold for $72,000. Another high sale price on a 997.2, this was well sold. A Ruby Red 1984 911 Coupe sold for $74,000. A nice color and a fair sale price. A triple black 1989 911 Targa with 83,000 miles sold for $74,000. Not a bad car. This was a fair sale. A black original owner 1996 911 Coupe with 37,000 miles sold for $91,500. Aftermarket aero kit or not, a very attractive exterior over cashmere beige and black with a black wheel. I like it. This was well purchased. A repainted silver 1963 356B Super 90 sunroof coupe sold for $118,000. Originally signal red, still this is an attractive car and it was well purchased. A glacier blue 1984 911 coupe with 131,000 miles sold for $120,000. A bit rich for this car, but a slick top in a less common color drove up the bidding. A repainted chalk safari style 1983 911 SC Coupe 3.2-liter twin plug sold for $153,666. Obviously many mods here and some questions about ride height for this type of build. In that way it's a bit of a poser, but probably still a fair sale price. A beautiful black 3,700 mile 2007 911 Turbo Coupe sold for $226,000. Bid here last year to $150,000. This was acquired by the seller 3 months ago and now flipped. This was very well sold. On P-Car Market, a black 1981 Porsche 924 Safari located in Canada sold for $6,250. More money went into making this car than it brought here. This was well purchased. I'll talk more about the 2 Safari cars we've had today in today's short video. An Irish Green 1966 911 Coupe sold for $135,000. A numbers matching car, this was probably in the fair zone for this particular car in its present condition. 3 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met September 9th and 10th. A repainted signal orange backdated 1981 Porsche 911 SC 3.3-liter was bid to $71,000. A Rosso Corsa over beige 1990 Ferrari Mondial T Cabriolet with 18,000 miles was bid to $55,500. A Rosso Corsa over beige 1986 328 GTS with 45,000 miles was bid to $78,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include a 356, a 914, a Boxster, a pair of Cayman, and 5 911s. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include a Zenith Blue over Gray 36,000 mile 1997 Boxster that sold for $20,250. Sold with a hardtop, this extremely nice 986 was well purchased. A white and red over black 1974 914 2.0 with 48,000 miles, presented by a great seller, sold for $23,500. These are open-air cars, but the seller never bothered to remove the top. Regardless, it's a road trip-ready, clean teen, probably a fair sale. A black metallic 1980 911 SC Coupe with 156,000 miles sold for $51,500. Champagne wouldn't be my choice for the interior, and the brown trim doesn't help. The polished Fuchs went out of style to most of us a few decades ago, yet this was a fair sale, and it's still a lot of car for the money, even with the miles. A nice purchase, and another car with built-in value at this price. A repainted yellow 1962 356B 1600S Coupe sold for $61,000. Originally slate gray, this is a decent car for the money, a fair sale. On Cars and Bids, a Miami Blue 2017 Cayman with 31,000 miles sold for $46,750. Perhaps just a bit high, this was on the edge of a fair sale and well sold. On PCAR Market, a white 1995 911 GT2 style race car sold for $50,000. A track car that the seller represents can be streetable again, and this includes many of the street parts. This seems like a bargain. An Arctic Silver over Gray modified turbocharged 1989 911 Speedster Anziano Illusion with 13,000 miles sold for $70,000. Only 823 Speedsters were sold here in the US. I'm not a fan of mods on a limited production car, and some of these are interesting. For the right buyer, this was well purchased. An Ocean Blue modified Euro 1997 911 C4S low-tech twin turbo with 78,000 miles sold for $96,250. 440 horsepower, but numerous opportunities: shocks, tires, paint, engine fan bearing, and more. This was likely a fair sale. 4 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, September 11th. An Arctic Silver over Black 2004 911 Turbo Cabriolet X50 was bid to $55,000. Another Arctic Silver 996 Turbo, this a 2005 Turbo S Coupe with 48,000 miles, was bid to $76,000. A repainted Riviera Blue RS Club Sport Style 1995 911 Coupe with 67,000 miles was bid to $121,000. A Rosso Corsa over Beige 2,300-mile 2007 Ferrari F430 Spider 6-speed conversion was bid to $193,500. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include 4 911s, a 914, a 924, a 968, and a Ferrari 365 Berlinetta Boxer. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include a red 1980 924 Turbo project car that sold for $8,000. Many items to repair here, including engine cooling and transmission synchros and much more. This was perhaps fair, perhaps well sold. A black over burgundy 1974 914 2.0 sold for $13,100. Another one of these open-top cars seemingly too precious to have its widow wolf opened. This was a fair sale. A midnight blue over gray 1992 968 Cabriolet with 110,000 miles sold for $21,000. Maybe a touch high. This is a good-looking car. A Carrera White 2000 Cayman with 70,000 miles sold for $22,500. Sandy shores inside. Still a nice purchase price. Well bought. An Arctic Silver 36,000-mile 2002 911 Turbo Coupe sold for $67,500. Not a bargain, but also not unreasonable. This was a fair price, and there's value here. A black metallic 29,000-kilometer rest of world 1997 911 Turbo X50 sold for $215,000. Relisted after being sold in June for $270,000, and the sale not completed, this is a better price, but still well sold. A Gulf Blue 1,100-kilometer 2022 911 GT3 located in Canada sold for $277,000. Stickered at $245,000, this was well sold. For Ferrari, a repainted Verde, Germolio, and Black 1975 365 GT4 BB with 51,000 kilometers, presented by a great seller, sold for $500,365. Originally red, this BB was bid to $432,000 in May. Today, it was very well sold. I'll show more and talk about this car in my short video. On P-Car Market, a Platinum 1981 Porsche 911 SC Coupe with 127,000 miles located in Canada sold for $42,000. A salvaged U.S. car, this was still likely a fair sale price. 3 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, September 12th. A Guards Red over Tan, 33 years owned, 1983 911 SC Cabriolet was bid to $39,000. A blue twin-plug 3-liter powered 1969 911S race car was bid to $40,250. A GT Silver over Black 8,000-mile 2008 911 Turbo Cabriolet was bid to $103,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include a 356, a 912, a 914, a 928, a pair of Boxers, and 4 911s, plus a Ferrari 328. Hi there. Porsche sold on Bring a Trailer include a Seal Gray over Gray 2001 Boxster S with 79,000 miles that sold for $17,500. Mostly a sea of gray. I admit that for some unknown reason, I'm warming to the grays and Boxsters with the black trim and black steering wheels. This was well purchased. An Arctic Silver 1999 911 C4 Coupe with 57,000 miles sold for $33,750. A little high here, a good car that was well sold. A repainted red 1966 912 Coupe sold for $49,000. Acquired here in 2017 for $45,000, this was a fair sale. A GT Silver 26,000-mile 2004 911 40th anniversary sold for $54,500. Sold near the top of the market for an anniversary edition, this is a very clean car. A black 1972 911T Coupe located in Canada sold for $75,000. A U.S. delivered example, this is a very nice car for the money, well purchased. A Signal Red modified 1965 356C Coupe sold for $90,000. Bored out original engine, replacement transmission, and some exterior nonsense, this is likely a fair sale price to the right buyer. For Ferrari, a Rosso Corsa over beige 1989 328 GTS with 34,000 miles sold for $111,000. Some late auction discussion about the veracity of the car being a U.S. model when it was originally delivered to Canada probably held down the final sale price, but it was still fair. On Cars and Bids, a Guards Red over Black 2000 Boxster S with 29,000 miles sold for $21,000. Like our first car today, a well-purchased 986. I'll show more of these Boxsters in today's short video. On P-Car Market, a silver 1986 Porsche 928S with 73,000 miles sold for $25,000. Short on history and maintenance records and fitted with a very red burgundy interior, which I actually like, this car seems worth a roll of the dice at this price. Certainly fair, perhaps well purchased. Speaking of burgundy, an Arena Red over cashmere beige and black 35,000-mile 1996 911 Coupe sold for $98,500. Overall, a decent car, and it sold at a fair price. 6 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, September 13th. A silver modified 1978 Porsche 924 with 54,000 miles was bid to $5,800. A Ravenna Green 1974 914 was bid to $16,500. A Zinc 47,000-mile 1982 928 was bid to $17,500. A Baltic Blue over Blue 1990 911 Targa was bid to $63,500. A Bahia Red 2.7-liter powered 1970 911S coupe was bid to $85,000. A Rosso Corsa 12,000-mile 1991 Ferrari Testarossa was bid to $139,623. On cars and bids, two cars failed to hit reserves. A Zenith Blue over Savannah Beige 1999 Porsche 911 Cabriolet was bid to $18,100. A Ruby Red over Sand Beige. Oh, we hit the trifecta. Cashmere, Savannah, Sand. 2008 911 C4 with 67,000 miles was bid to $35,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, many Porsches beset with yellow interiors and a Dino. Hi there. Porsche sold on Bring a Trailer include a gold 1971 914 project car that sold for $13,850. A fair car and a fair price. A black 2006 Cayman S with 58,000 miles sold for $25,250. A clean, well-presented car, this was well purchased. A black Euro 1985 928S with 60,000 miles sold for $27,928. A very nice car that seems to have been scrupulously maintained. This was a bargain. A GT Silver over Gray 2008 Boxster RS60 Spider with 67,000 miles sold for $30,000. I'm a fan of these limited production 987s, and I see this as another bargain. Another bargain. A Basalt Black over Sand Beige, one owner, 2005 911 Cabriolet with 86,000 miles sold for $32,500. Other than the sandy desert inside, a nice car at a bargain price. A Macadamia over Brown 36,000-mile 2008 911 C4S Cabriolet presented by a great seller sold for $64,500. Macadamia, good. Brown, bad. Unlike the previous cab, this was not a bargain. It was well sold. A Midnight Blue over Sand Beige 47,000-mile 2008 911 Turbo Cabriolet sold for $74,000. A Betty with another pit of despair. This was well purchased. A Guards Red 1985 911 Coupe with 48,000 miles sold for $75,000. This was simply a well-purchased classic. Speaking of well-purchased classics, a Guards Red over Black 1995 911 Cabriolet with 36,000 miles sold for $78,000. Very well purchased. A black 11,000-mile 2001 911 Turbo Coupe sold for $81,500. Great condition. Too much money. Well sold. A Gemini Blue, one owner, 1973 911T Coupe Sportomatic, presented by a great seller, sold for $110,911. Just under $10,000 when new, just over 11 times that 50 years later. This beautiful car was well sold. A racing yellow 987-mile 2022 Cayman GT4 sold for $130,000. Sticker was $116,000. This was well sold. A burgundy over black 1970 911E Targa sold for $153,000. An extensively documented car and restoration, this was well sold. On the Italian side, a repainted red 1976 Dino 308 GT4 project car sold for $47,500. Originally blue Scuro, and recently emerged from long-term storage and requiring belt service and top-end engine work, this is a roll of the dice. Likely well sold. On P-Car Market, a rainforest green over Savannah beige 2001 911 C4 Cabriolet with 50,000 miles sold for $31,500. Again with the rotten interior. Whew, this compounds it with dead trees. This was well sold. Two cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, September 14th. A black 43,000 mile 1988 944S was bid to $22,000. A violet Chromaflare 47,000 mile 2000 911 C4 Millennium Edition was bid to $34,000. That is a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include a 928, a Cayman, and 4 911s, plus a Ferrari F355. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include a stone gray 1989 928 S4 with 87,000 miles that sold for $26,000. A car with a handful of deferred maintenance items, but otherwise relatively clean, this was a fair sale. A black 2006 911 Coupe with 76,000 miles sold for $40,500. A nice looking car and a nice, fair price. A triple black 1995 911 Cabriolet with 78,000 miles sold for $64,500. As I've said, these cabs are great 993 entry points. This was a fair sale. A Mexico Blue 4,500 mile 2018 911 GT3 sold for $199,500. Sold here last year for $204,000. This was still well sold today on a sticker of $175,000. On Cars and Bids, a yellow over black 1995 Ferrari F355 Spider with 12,000 miles sold for $125,000. A clean, low-mile car, recently serviced and ready to go, this was well purchased. I'll take a look at this Spider and its 1995 Porsche Cabriolet Challenger in today's short video. On P-Car Market, a midnight blue, not really midnight blue, over white 1987 Porsche 911 Cabriolet project car with 144,000 miles sold for $29,000. An original two-owner car that needs some substantial love, this was a fair sale price, and it seems like my kind of project. A graphite blue 34,000 mile 2018 Cayman S sold for $56,700. With a sticker probably about $90,000 when new, this is a cool car and it sold at a fair price. 4 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, September 15th. A black Rest of World 1983 Porsche 911 Turbo with 111,000 kilometers was bid to $90,000. A Viper Green, highly modified RSR style 1973 911T was bid to $131,000. For Ferrari, a Rosso Corsa over beige 1988 328 GTS with 57,000 miles was bid to $80,000. A black 1971 365 GTB4 Daytona Berlinetta was bid to $507,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include a 356, a 914, a 944, a 928, and 6 911s, plus a Ferrari 550. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include a red 1984 944 with 56,000 miles that sold for $15,000. A nice car at a nice price. This was a fair sale. A scarlet red 1976 914 2.0 with apparently 10,000 miles sold for $24,500. A one-family car until earlier this year, this clean original teen with the original tires was well purchased. A Grand Prix White 1989 928 S4 with 79,000 miles sold for $39,755. Substantial service history and what seems to be careful owners here, this was a fair sale. A GT Silver 2004 911 40th Anniversary Edition with 59,000 miles sold for $47,890. A better-than-average car, this sold on the high-end affair. A Guards Red over Black 1986 911 Targa with perhaps 68,000 miles sold for $58,500. Reds and Targas aren't usually my thing. I like this car. It's not perfect, it won't win any shows in this condition, but it will receive smiles and appreciation wherever it goes. And it sold at a bargain price. Another Guards Red over Black open top, this a 2006 911S Cabriolet with 16,000 miles sold for $60,100. Pushed a bit higher than I would consider fair, this was well sold. I'll compare the Targa and this cab in today's short video. A black 1995 911 Coupe with 89,000 miles sold for $84,000. Unsold when bid to $79,500 on Cars and Bids in July, this was on the high-end affair. A Grand Prix White, single-family owned 1989 911 C4 Coupe with 41,000 miles sold for $95,500. With complete records and in very clean condition, this was at least a fair price, close to a bargain. I like it, even with the wheels and the script. A triple black 1988 911 Turbo Cabriolet M505 slant nose with 57,000 miles sold for $150,000. Flat nose cars are not of particular interest to me. This was well purchased. A royal blue 1960 356B Roadster sold for $277,000. A beautiful car, this was very well sold. For Ferrari, a Grigio Titanio 17,000 mile 2001 550 Maranello sold for $205,000. A very attractive car and likely a fair sale price. 5 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met September 16th and 17th. A repainted blue 1986 944 Turbo race car was bid to $15,000. A Meteor Gray 2009 Cayman with 74,000 miles was bid to $26,250. A Diamond Blue over Blue 1987 911 Targa was bid to $61,500. A Carrera White over Black 2300 mile 2012 Boxster Spider was bid to $79,500. A Grand Prix White 1991 911 Coupe with 81,000 miles presented by a great seller was bid to $112,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, all Porsches, 3 911s and a Boxster. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include a triple black 36,000 mile 2000 911 Cabriolet that sold for $26,200. A clean car at an attractive price, this was well purchased. A Tobacco Rest of World 1980 911 SC Coupe with 190,000 miles sold for $44,500. An SC a little rough around the edges and in need of some love, a driver, nonetheless, this was a fair sale. A Carmine Red over Black Original Owner 1987 911 Targa with 36,000 miles sold for $104,000. Yesterday, we had a decent 86 Targa that sold for less than $60,000. This one's much cleaner with lower miles and is a more desirable and less common red. This was at the high end of the fair zone. Not to beat on the Targa drum too much, but I'll compare this very nice example to yesterday's good driver in today's short video. On P-Car Market, a Seal Gray over Black 2003 Boxster with 83,000 miles sold for $10,500. Bargain, bargain, bargain. Two cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, September 18th. A Guards Red, backdated, rest of world 1979 911 SC 3.4-liter coupe presented by a great seller was bid to $155,000. A blue 1992 911 by Singer was bid to $964,911. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include 6 911s, a 356, a 944, and a Cayman. Ferraris include a 456 GT and a Testarossa. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include a Primer Gray 1961 356B Coupe non-running project car that sold for $24,606. As one comment noted, nothing here that a blank check in a decade can't handle. This may have been a fair purchase. A Grand Prix White over Black 1990 911 C4 Cabriolet with 163,000 miles sold for $40,000. Several opportunities here, but it was a great way to get into a 964 driver. Well purchased. A Basalt Black over Sand Beige 2009 911 C4S Cabriolet with 47,000 miles sold for $54,000. A car in great condition and well presented here, this was just beyond fair. Well sold, a well-sold sandy mess inside, and by mess I mean outstanding condition. A dark blue 2011 911 coupe with 72,000 miles sold for $56,250. Another 997 at a bit of a high price, and I like it. A black 2007 911S coupe sold for $63,500. Another 997 at a bit of a high price, and I like it, just not as much as the blue one. A slate gray, modified 40,000-mile 2003 911 Turbo Coupe sold for $67,000. A mostly attractive car, this was well sold. A midnight blue 1996 911 Turbo with 84,000 miles sold for $176,500. Kind of a strange auction. Odd seller engagement and some missing details. This may have been well purchased. For Ferrari, a Blue Swatters 1995 456 GT with perhaps 29,000 miles sold for $65,000. A spectacular price on this car. This was a bargain. I'll show more and talk about this 456 in today's short video. A narrow 1993 512 TR with 28,000 miles sold for $295,000. A very nice redhead. This sold at about the right price. On Cars and Bids, a ruby red 2008 Porsche Cayman with 27,000 miles sold for $27,750. Nice color, and sand. So much sand. Many 987s have recently sold for more than I think is fair. This, though, was fair. A white 1987 911 with 120,000 miles sold for $65,500. A driver 911 with some opportunities and perhaps some surprises. This was a fair sale. On P-Car Market, a black 1983 944 with perhaps 126,000 miles sold for $6,501. Not perfect, but probably fair. A wine red 1977 911S Targa 3.2 liter with 146,000 miles sold for $44,000. And an interesting car, and probably a fair sale. A Guards Red 35,000 mile 1992 911 Carrera RS sold for $220,100. These are typically $250,000 sales. This was a little light. Well purchased. A silver 1974 911 Carrera 2.7-liter coupe with 99,000 kilometers sold for $232,000. Originally sold in Japan, this is a beautiful example and it was well sold. 3 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, September 19th. A triple black 30,000 mile 2006 Boxster was bid to $19,500. A midnight blue 1994 968 coupe with 114,000 miles was bid to $21,333. A Guards Red 1988 911 coupe with 187,000 kilometers located in Canada was bid to $67,000. On Cars and Bids, a black 2005 911 Turbo S with 68,000 miles was bid to $65,500. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, lots of Porsches, many 911s, 356, 924, 968, Boxsters, Cayman, and a Carrera GT. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include a speed yellow 2001 Boxster S project car with 162,000 kilometers located in Canada that sold for $6,700. The seller states that metal shavings were recently found in the oil filter and the car misfires under load and the rear main seal leaks oil. Engine swap city. This was a fair sale. An Alpine White, original owner 1987 924S with 11,000 miles sold for $18,000. Low miles, a clean car, and a fair result. A Grand Prix White over Chestnut, 45,000 mile 1994 968 Cabriolet sold for $25,000. While the top and interior are claimed to be the same color, not, and the interior is a little bloody, this beautiful car was well purchased. A GT Silver over Black 2004 911 40th Anniversary Edition with 31,000 miles presented by a great seller sold for $59,000. We had one of these a few days ago, like this, that was well sold. Samesies. A Carrera White Green Multicolor Wrapped 2007 911 GT3 race car with 60,000 miles sold for $85,000. This 997 has sustained some damage in the past, but it appears functional for track use, and this sale price seems fair. A repainted Smyrna Green 1965 356 SC coupe sold for $101,500. Originally silver, the engine's been bored out, but it is a numbers matching car. This was a fair sale price. A Guards Red over Gray 1990 911 Targa with 17,000 miles sold for $127,000. A very clean car. This was on par with other exceptional 964s and a fair sale. A Chalk over Saddle Brown 11,000 mile 2018 911 GTS Cabriolet sold for $128,000. The sticker here was $156,000. This was on the far end of the fair zone. Another 2018 911, this a GT Silver GT3 with 252 miles sold for $220,000. Sticker here, $160,000. Well sold. On Cars and Bids, a Carmen Red over Gray 2006 911 Cabriolet with 71,000 miles sold for $34,000. A nice color combo on a quality car, this 997 was well purchased. On P-Car Market, an Arctic Silver 2006 Cayman S with 148,000 kilometers located in Canada sold for $14,500. This seems to have been an honest car, and it sold at a bargain price. A Guards Red over Black 1986 911 Targa with 92,000 miles sold for $56,000. I like this car, and I like this price. Well purchased. A GT Silver over Gray, one owner, 4,000 mile 2005 Carrera GT, sold for $1,320,000. The owner of this car ordered or purchased two identical Carrera GTs when new. One sold last year for $1,661,000, and this one has sold following the owner's death this summer. These are my favorite Porsches. Period. This was well sold, not as well sold as its twin. By the way, purchase price was $448,000. I'll show more and talk about this GT in today's short video. 3 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, September 20th. A triple black 2006 Porsche 911 Cabriolet with 36,000 miles was bid to $39,997. A satin gray modified RSR style 1973 911T Coupe 3.6 liter was bid to $92,000. A Grigio 1986 Ferrari Mondial 3.2 Coupe with 20,000 miles was bid to $60,500. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include 8 911s, a 924, a 928, a Boxster, a Cayman, and Italians include a Ferrari Testarossa and a Dino. Hi there. Porsche sold on Bring a Trailer include a Meteor Gray wrapped in Nardo Gray vinyl Safari Style 1981 924 Turbo with 67,000 miles that sold for $11,111. Probably a stretch to say it would go on Safari, but it has some of the look. This seems well sold. A black 1985 928S with 64,000 miles sold for $18,750. A nice looking car sold at a bargain price. A Rainforest Green over Savannah Beige 30,000 mile 2001 Boxster S sold for $18,000. A 986 that sold at a fair price. One's stomach must be strong to withstand the ravages of the savannah. An Arctic Silver over Blue 2002 911 C4 Cabriolet with 57,000 miles sold for $29,500. Probably a bit on the high side. It's either a high fair sale price or a slightly well-sold car. A Polar Silver over Gray 1995 911 Cabriolet with 143,000 kilometers located in Canada sold for $50,993. Canadian discount in play here. This was well purchased. A Nordic Gold over Black 33,000 mile 2007 911 Targa 4S sold for $60,500. I'm not a fan of this color, nor am I a fan of this price. Well sold. A Speed Yellow 2007 911 Turbo Coupe with 52,000 miles sold for $88,000. A very nice car that sold a little light. Well purchased. A triple black 3,600 mile 2004 911 Turbo Cabriolet sold for $90,000. Beautiful. Pricey. Well sold. A Miami Blue 2018 911 C4 Coupe with 33,000 miles presented by a great seller sold for $106,000. Sticker on this was $126,000. This was well sold. A Chalk 2020 Cayman GT4 with 3,700 miles sold for $126,000. Stickered at $115,000. This was well sold. A black 4,900 mile 2003 911 GT2 presented by a great seller sold for $228,000. Beautiful, well presented, and well sold. I'll show more and talk about this Top Dog 996 in today's short video. For Ferrari, a Rosso Corsa 8,000 mile 1991 Testarossa sold for $165,000. Beautiful, red carpet excluded, well presented, and well sold. This car is nice. A repainted, red 1970 Dino 246 GT M Series sold for $339,500. Originally Argento with beige, now retrimmed in black, this was likely a fair sale price. On P-Car Market, an Arctic Silver over Boxster Red 48,000 mile 1998 911 Cabriolet sold for $77,993. Not a bad car, a baddish interior color though, and a price slightly high. 3 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met September 21st. A black 1987 Porsche 924S with 95,000 miles was bid to $7,800. A tangerine over black Rest of World 1971 911S Targa was bid to $51,000. A Guards Red over Beige 1989 911 Turbo Cabriolet with 72,000 miles was bid to $92,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include 5 911s, a 928, a Boxster, and a Cayman, plus a Ferrari F430. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include a triple black 2001 Boxster S with 92,000 miles that sold for $9,000. Equipped with the 5-speed manual to replace the stock Tiptronic, this was well purchased. A Lapis Blue 2003 911 Coupe with 76,000 miles sold for $31,750. Sold here last year for $31,050. The $700 increase isn't so much to keep you from buying some black floor mats, a black steering wheel, sunglasses, and a couple of oars to help with the stormy seas inside. This was a fair sale. A triple black 22,000 mile 2006 911 C4S Cabriolet sold for $55,000. Low miles, good condition, and a price on the high side of fair. A silver-ish 1988 911 Turbo Coupe track car with 27,000 miles sold for $95,000. A well-prepared car, this seems fair. A sapphire blue 6,000 mile 2018 911 GT3 sold for $176,000. A great-looking car. Love it. Poorly photographed. Sticker on this was $168,000. This was well sold. Yesterday we had a black 996 GT2. Today a black 997 GT2. A 2008 with 22,000 miles that sold for $236,000. One of 194 imported, this price doesn't seem too unreasonable, particularly compared to the 996 at $228,000. It was well sold, but not excessively so. For Ferrari, a Rosso Corsa 5,000 mile 2009 F430 located in Canada sold for $340,430. A collector quality 430, this beautiful car was well sold. I'll show more and talk about it in today's short video. On Cars and Bids, a Meteor Gray 2010 Porsche Cayman S with 42,000 miles sold for $43,000. $65,000 when new, this was well sold. On P-Car Market, a black over another sad sea gray 2002 911 Cabriolet with 78,000 miles sold for $18,000. Interior color be damned, this was a bargain. A black Rest of World supercharged 1991 928 GT with 288,000 kilometers sold for $71,000. The interior leather has been replaced with laser-etched Porsche seat inserts. That's a new one on me. With an estimated 450 or more horsepower, I'm sure this shark moves. This was well sold. 4 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, September 22nd. A seal gray over black 2003 911 Cabriolet with 82,000 miles was bid to $21,050. A Grand Prix white over black 1984 911 Targa with 202,000 miles was bid to $65,000. A white gold 23 years owned 1987 911 Turbo Coupe with 23,000 miles was bid to $141,000. A blue 3.2-liter powered 1973 911T was bid to $180,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include a Boxster, a pair of 944s, and 4 911s. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include an Arctic Silver over at least 2-tone and perhaps 3-tone gray 1999 Boxster with 57,000 miles that sold for $15,000. Not a high price, but for a Boxster with numerous standing questions, this was well sold. A Guards Red 1986 944 Turbo with 54,000 miles sold for $26,000. Sold here in 2019 and 2021 for $26,000 and then $35,000. Today's sales returned to sanity. This was a fair sale. Another Guards Red 944, this a 1985 with 35,000 miles, sold for $26,250. An early 85 with the original dash and interior, this was well sold. A Grand Prix white over tan. Single family owned 1977 911S Targa with 132,000 miles, sold for $44,250. Tan is not on my well-liked list, nor is white in most cases. Still, this was on the high side of fair. A black over champagne 1984 911 Targa with 134,000 miles sold for $49,800. This Targa is so much more car than the previous white one. This was a fair sale price. I'll compare these Targas in today's short video. A wine red 1982 911 SC Coupe with 154,000 miles sold for $53,000. A fair car. This may have been fair or it may have been a little well sold. A Guards Red over Black 1987 911 Cabriolet with 89,000 miles sold for $64,500. The seller's reserve was met or removed at $54,000. This was a fair sale. I'd say close to a bargain. 3 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, September 23rd. A black, modified 23,000-mile 1999 911 Coupe was bid to $34,161. A Rosso Corsa over beige 4,000-mile 1988 Ferrari 328 GTS located in Canada was bid to $150,328. A Gallo Modena 4,300-kilometer 1998 Ferrari 550 Maranello was bid to $220,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include a 356, a 944, a 928, and 6 911s. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include a Flamingo 1987 944S with 134,000 miles that sold for $11,850. An uncommon color and color combination and sport seats, this was well purchased. A black 30 years owned 1985 928S with 132,000 miles sold for $19,000. A car with some deferred maintenance, this was still a fair sale. An Arena Red 1999 911 Coupe with 93,000 miles sold for $29,250. Betty with a yellow sea of sorry saccharin, this was on the high side of fair. A Carrera White 2009 911 Coupe with 61,000 miles sold for $54,000. Sold here last year for $57,300. High. It was well sold again. A Grand Prix White 1974 911 sold for $80,000. A very nice example. A rare car. This was well purchased. A Grand Prix White 41,000 mile 1997 911 Coupe sold for $90,911. Acquired here last year for $123,000. Today this was a fair sale, even with the tepid tan tone treatment inside. A silver over red 1972 911T Targa sold for $91,500. Not a bad car. This was likely a fair sale. A Grand Prix White modified 1987 911 Turbo Coupe with 79,000 miles sold for $137,000. An exceptional car. This was a fair sale, near a bargain. I'll show more and talk about this turbo in today's short. A ruby red over black 1959 356A convertible D sold for $155,356. The transmission isn't from this car, it's from a 59D, and the never used top is worn. Otherwise, this appears to be about as original as it gets. This was well purchased. One car on Bring a Trailer was bid with its reserve not met today, September 24th. A Nepal Orange 1975 914 with 55,000 miles was bid to $23,500. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include a 912, a 944, and a Cayman, as well as 4 911s. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include a pearl white 32,000 mile 1986 944 Turbo that sold for $40,000. A nice, clean car. This was well sold. A red, 39 years owned, Rest of World 1979 911 SC Coupe with 130,000 miles sold for $42,500. A car a little rough around the edges. This was well purchased. A Platinum 28,000 mile 2011 Cayman S sold for $43,250. Acquired here in 2018 for $41,000 when it had 16,000 miles. Like many 987s recently, this was well sold. A Champagne 1967 912 Coupe sold for $47,250. Acquired here 4 years ago for $31,500. Nice. And with only a few items addressed since then, this was also well sold today. A black over beige 1986 911 Cabriolet with 97,000 miles presented by a great seller sold for $53,000. A good car, well presented, and I think a fair sale. A Signal Orange over brown 27 years owned 1974 914 2.0 with 72,000 miles sold for $64,000. Another nice car, very, very, very well sold. A light yellow, 42 years owned, 1974 911 Coupe with 168,000 miles presented by a great seller was sold for $117,000. This is a car with a history, lots of miles, and the good presentation has convinced the audience that the experience has made this example more valuable. I'll show more and talk about this well-sold car in today's short. On Cars and Bids, a speed yellow over black 2001 911 C4 Cabriolet with 115,000 miles sold for $24,500. Lately, yellow has brought the dollars, and this was no exception. Sold with the hardtop, it's mostly a great 20-footer or even 10-footer, except if the top's up. This was a little bit well sold. 4 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, September 25th. An Arctic Silver 33,000 mile 2006 Cayman S was bid to $29,000. A black 1992 911 Carrera RS with 99,000 kilometers located in Canada was bid to $153,000. A black 2,700-mile 2019 911 GT3 Touring was bid to $230,000. A Rosso Fiorano over tan 1998 Ferrari F355 GTS with 46,000 miles was bid to $154,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, a 356, 7 911s, a pair of Cayman, a Boxster, and a Ferrari F355. Hi there. Porsche sold on Bring a Trailer include a black 2009 Cayman with 94,000 miles that sold for $26,000. This car has an excellent finish, and inside it's a sad world of sandy trouble. This was a fair sale. An Arctic Silver 37,000 mile 2007 911 Targa 4 sold for $50,000. A decent car, this was at the high end of fare. A Seal Gray 34,000 mile 2002 911 Turbo Coupe sold for $67,000. A little high for this car in its present condition. It seems to have been purchased by a dealer, so we may soon see this again. A silver 1957 356A 1600 Coupe sold for $120,356. In the very long run, this may be seen as a bargain price. Today, it was a fair sale. A Fashion Gray 2300 mile 2016 911 GTS Rennsport Reunion Edition sold for $192,000. One of 25, this Options Package Edition stickered at $148,000, and it was well sold. 4 Ferrari and Argento Nürburgring 1999 F355 Berlinetta with 31,000 miles sold for $171,000. 150 is probably a fair bargain price for this car. This was well sold. On Cars and Bids, a triple black 1999 Porsche Boxster with 69,000 miles sold for $8,900. A car with a handful of opportunities, this was a fair sale price. A speed yellow 2008 Cayman S with 95,000 miles sold for $20,696. A Betty all the way, beautiful exterior and disappointing tainted tan trauma zone interior. This was a bargain. Speaking of trauma-inducing interiors, a Guards Red over Savannah Beige 2003 911 C4 Cabriolet with 31,000 miles sold for $30,430. A car with some important service items and replacements in place, this was at the far end of fare. On P-Car Market, an Arctic Silver 2002 911 Targa with 118,000 miles sold for $21,300. A few items to be addressed here, but a big bargain. As a value investor, it's impossible not to compare the previous 997 to this 996 Targa. and I'll do just that in today's short video. A silver 1970 911T Coupe 2.7 liter located in Canada sold for $100,000. A slick top that has received a little massaging. This car is a 4-time seller on Bring a Trailer, starting in 2018 for $61,000, 2019 for $69,500, $100,000 this past April, and then $91,000 last month. This sold in the ballpark affair. A pastel yellow, one owner, 38,000 mile, 1998 911S sold for $175,000. Another full-on Betty, although pastel yellow is a bit more divisive than speed yellow. The interior, also polarizing, screams for help, or someone screamed for help and this was the result of the tragedy. This 993 was well sold. One car on Bring a Trailer was bid with its reserve not met today, September 26th. A Rosa Corsa over beige, 27,000 mile, 1987 Ferrari 328 GTS was bid to $99,500. On Cars and Bids, a black 1986 Porsche 944 Turbo with 124,000 miles located in Canada was bid to $8,500. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, 11 911 Porsches and a 944, plus a Ferrari Testarossa. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include a Guards Red 1985.5 944 project car with unknown miles that sold for $9,000. At least a dozen items here need repair or replacement. This was perhaps fair, and for someone who wants to do it themselves from a potential platform of opportunity, this might work. An Arctic Silver 2003 911 C4S Coupe with 122,000 miles sold for $27,500. This car has a questionable clutch and the IMS is yet to be addressed, and even factoring in those potential needs, it was well purchased. A GT Silver 2005 911 Coupe with 61,000 miles sold for $42,000. I like 997s and I like this car, and it sold at a fair price. A black over beige, 25 years owned 1981 911 SC Targa with 147,000 miles sold for $45,250. Just over 2,000 miles on this Targa have been added since 2006. Real miles or broken odometer. SC Targas with black trim are the best of the bunch. This was at least a fair sale. A Grand Prix White 1987 911 Coupe with 244,000 miles sold for $54,000. Another car with few miles added over the past decade and a half, but plenty overall. This car's had a great deal of care to set it up for maybe another 100,000 miles. This was a fair sale. Completely opposite of the previous two cars, yet similar. A Guards Red over Black, 19,000 mile, 36 years owned, rest of world 1983 911 SC Cabriolet, sold for $55,911. Completely different from the earlier cars because of its low mileage, similar in that it's been mostly in storage for the past 3 decades. If the mileage is correct, this was well purchased. Otherwise, this was a fair sale, probably worth a gamble that the original low mileage can be proven. A Velvet Red over Champagne 1989 911 Targa with 106,000 miles sold for $60,500. A clean car with no stories, this was a bargain. An Arena Red 1996 911 Targa with 101,000 miles sold for $72,000. Overall, a decent car as presented, clean and in good order. The seller says that there are full records for the car, but they're being held or withheld by their spouse. This was at least a fair sale. A GT Silver 40,000 mile 2005 911 Turbo S Coupe sold for $84,996. Although this example has more miles than a collector car might, it is in pristine condition. This was a fair sale based on its condition and somewhat limited production run of about 600 units. A Polar Silver 1996 911 Coupe with 57,000 miles sold for $90,500. A great-looking car in very clean order, this was well purchased. A Polo Red over Black 1967 Rest of World 911S soft window Targa, presented by a great seller, sold for $258,000. One of just 483 produced, this Targa is in top condition and represents a top-of-market sale, yet it's still $100,000 less than one sold in August, $373,000. For Ferrari, a Rosso Corsa 25,000-mile 1988 and a half Testarossa sold for $144,000. Sold here 3 years ago for $105,000. Today's sale seems fair. On P-Car Market, a Guards Red over Cashmere Beige 1990 Porsche 911 Cabriolet with 74,000 miles sold for $50,000. A great price for a 964. Cabs are excellent ways to enter the 964 space without breaking the bank. A light yellow, modified 1972 911T Coupe 3.2 liter sold for $105,000. Fitted with an engine from an 85 911, the car's appearance is meant to evoke the 911 RS. This seems a fair sale. 5 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, September 27th. A black over gray 2001 911 Cabriolet with 63,000 miles was bid to $23,750. A black over black and tan 1977 911S Targa slant nose conversion with 194,000 miles was bid to $26,000. A GT Silver 4-liter powered 2004 911 40th anniversary with 40,000 miles was bid to $49,500. I'll compare this car and the C4S that we looked at earlier in today's short video. A black 1986 911 Cabriolet M491 with 57,000 miles was bid to $99,000. A light ivory 1965 356 SC Coupe was bid to $109,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include 6 911s, a 356, a 912, a 968, a pair of Boxsters, and, on 928, a 928. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include a slate gray over gray 1994 968 Cabriolet with 71,000 miles that sold for $20,100. This car is a looker and it's sold at a bargain price. A GT Silver over Carrera Red 2008 Boxster RS60 Spider with 37,000 miles sold for $36,000. A nice car with a nice bloody interior, this was a fair sale price. A Polar Silver over Black 1995 911 Cabriolet with 142,000 miles sold for $44,750. A low price and some likelihood of necessary repairs, this was probably a fair price. A repainted silver 2.4-liter powered 1969 912 Coupe located in the UK sold for $49,000. Originally Irish green, this sold here for $36,000 7 years ago. Today it seems on the high side of fair. A blue 30 years owned 1963 356B Coupe sold for $60,500. Not an original car, but a car that has had some experienced hands wrenching it. This was likely a fair sale. An agate gray 29,000-mile 2013 911 C4S Coupe presented by a good seller sold for $71,000. Great color and at the upper end of fair. A black Modified 2007 911 Turbo Coupe with 65,000 miles sold for $92,997. The mods and the mileage held down the sale price, but I still would call this a bargain. A Minerva Blue 1979 928 with 63,000 miles sold for $100,000. A beautiful car with fun Porsche interior, this was well sold and it was well deserved. As today is September 28th, I'll show more and talk about this 928 in today's short video. A chalk over Bordeaux and black 747-mile 2021 Boxster Spider sold for $116,000. Sticker on this was $115,000. As a second-hand car, this was well sold. A stunning midnight blue 1994 911 Turbo 3.6 with 50,000 miles sold for $346,000. Okay, stunning, yes. A slight frown, yes. Frustrating. This was very well sold, notwithstanding the brown, partial cashmere, and the dead trees. On P-Car Market, a Carrera White over Blue 2002 911 Cabriolet with 106,000 miles sold for $22,500. Nearly all of the interior shots belie the fact that this interior is stated as blue. Regardless, this was well purchased. A dark blue 18,000-mile 2013 911S Coupe sold for $83,241. Sticker here was $113,000. This was close to a fair sale price. 3 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, September 28th. A Guards Red 36,000-mile 2003 911 Coupe X50 located in Canada was bid to $58,000. A Summer Yellow 1988 911 Turbo Cabriolet with 53,000 miles was bid to $100,000. A Dolomite Silver 2022 911 GT3 Touring with 3,600 miles located in Canada was bid to $211,000. On Cars and Bids, a black 1995 911 Coupe with unknown mileage was bid to $70,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include a pair of Boxsters, a Cayman, and 7 911s, plus a Ferrari 308. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include an Arctic Silver over Boxster Red 2000 Boxster S with 81,000 miles that sold for $14,000. Not a bad example, not a bad price. The buyer's plan is to stuff a V8 into the car and resell it. We'll see this again. A Zanzibar over Savannah Beige 25,000-mile 2001 Boxster sold for $17,000. Zanzibar is an orangey red. The interior speaks for its yellow-bellied self. This was a fair sale. An Arctic Silver, that's our second today, 40,000-mile 2005 911S Coupe sold for $53,000. A clean car, this was a little heavy on the final price. An agate gray, near miss, 2016 Cayman S with 40,000 miles sold for $53,500. Lots of parts have been replaced on this 981, and that can be taken as a good thing, preventative maintenance, or a bad thing, lots of failures and work required. It seems the former, and it seems to have been well sold. A black 20-year owned 1997 911 C4S with 173,000 miles sold for $72,993. Lots of miles, but clean condition and presentation. As long as one can consider the yellow interior acceptable, this was a great way to get into a 993 coupe. An ice green 3.2-liter powered 1976 911S coupe with at least 139,000 miles sold for $80,000. Unsold when bid to $86,500 in June, this is a broken odometer special. Some impressive work has been performed on it, and I think the price today was fair. A Carrera White 38,000-mile 2007 911 GT3 presented by a great seller sold for $147,997. A relatively high price for a 997 GT3, but a good price on this example. I'll show more and talk about this GT3 in a short video. A night blue 2022 911S coupe with 6,000 miles presented by a great seller sold for $151,000. Bid to $149,000 in August. This car listed at $167,000. This is higher than I'd prefer to pay, but with an interesting color combo that buttresses the price, this likely was well sold. A gray-black 2018 911 GT3 with 5,000 miles sold for $210,000. The sticker here was $178,000. This was well sold. For Ferrari, a red over tan 33 years owned 1981 308 GTSI sold for $64,000. A fair price. This sale included a video with something not often heard these days. On Cars and Bids, an Arctic Silver 3 1999 Porsche 911 Coupe with 94,000 miles sold for $21,501. The prototypical 996 Wonder Car, this one with some dead trees inside. It was a bargain, and I love the value that it represents. On P-Car Market, a Guards Red 1986 911 Turbo Coupe with 102,000 miles sold for $85,000. Not a pristine car, one that has bounced around a bit, but in fair shape, and this was likely a fair sale. 3 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, September 29th. An Arctic Silver 4 gray vinyl wrapped 2002 911 Cabriolet with 56,000 miles was bid to $23,750. An Arctic Silver 5 over black 19,000 mile 2006 Boxster S was bid to $25,000. A Carrera White 2004 911 GT3 was bid to $92,000. On Cars and Bids, a Shark Blue 2022 Boxster Spider with 1,000 miles was bid to $114,500. An Arctic Silver 6 over gray 2006 Cayman S with 69,000 miles was bid to $18,750. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well.